I'm going to press that live button. I'm tired. But we just had what is possibly the biggest moment in, I would call it like the closest thing to politics the gaming world has ever seen. A presidential election, if you will, where friends are just swearing off friends that they have known for years, where followers stop following somebody that they've been following for years. The internet just went nuts because, yeah, yesterday it broke that Microsoft won the battle against the FTC. I say won the battle and everybody's like, oh my God, it's over. But there's a lot more to dive into here. I have a bunch of tabs ready for us to look at. But yeah, if there is a central topic to this live stream, it is the fact that the 5-day court hearing with Microsoft trying to get Activision Blizzard King for over a year and a half now. They won what is like sort of the last battlefront, but there is more that they still have yet to do. But they could technically ignore it now if they want to. So yeah, I just want to be able to live stream with you and have an opportunity to talk as well. Just got back from a trip. It was a great trip. I'm just curious how you are doing as well. Hello, Amir. And also what people think of the poll right now. And to me, what is the reason, like I would say the biggest reason if I'm excited for this Activision Blizzard King deal to close, and the most like easy to access reason is just because I'm looking forward to getting more stuff on Game Pass. That is really the reason. It's not because I want to see Xbox get more studios and become bigger. It's not because I want PlayStation to suck it. It's nothing like that. It is just because I'm looking forward to getting more on Game Pass. What are your reasons? I want to see that in the chat. I'm doing this live stream instead of doing a video today. Probably hang out with you for like half hour to 50 minutes, depending on support. Tell you what, if we get 2 or 3 new patrons this stream, I'll make it over an hour long stream. Hell, I'll even try to spontaneously hit up some content creators. If you want to support the channel, we don't have monetization anymore. You can go to the description of this stream. Just click on the see more part. You could go to Patreon, and then you could join me for some speculation conversations, request your own podcast, be in Discord, and much more. But anyways, don't click off. Who's here? I got Paragon. I need to minimize this page. Here we go. Paragon. So the CMA wanted to make a deal, and now they just want to make time to force a new investigation. Yeah, Paragon, we're going to dive into that, but that does seem to be the case. Also, audio check. How am I sounding, by the way? Is everything okay? Everybody let me know. Thumbs up, yes or no? Question mark. Yes, Paragon is on to something that I'm going to bring up, but yes, that does seem to be the case. United Wings W. Yes, a W indeed. Not enough coffee. I love seeing that name. As someone from Mexico, it's time to have UK. It's time to leave UK if by the 14th the CMA hasn't stopped making its country look worse. It's not necessarily that they're making their country look worse, but they're really not standing up for their country. In my opinion, but sounds all right. Sounds great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Not enough coffee crash and Banjo-Kazooie crossover? Question mark. That would depend on if Microsoft wants to do anything with Banjo-Kazooie. But guess what? They don't. They never will. It'll never make me happy. They'll never do it. Ever. As much as I plead and ask, and seeing Paris Lily pray in front of a freaking church, they'll never do anything with Banjo. Michael Pachter thinks they're going to remove COD from UK Game Pass. Well, yeah. So Boomer, that's what Michael Pachter. If you don't know Michael Pachter, I guess he's like a acquisition analyst or something like that. I forget what he is, but yeah, he said that ages ago. Maybe he said that recently. I don't know. I have a few things that I'm gonna pull up here, but yeah, that could be a thing that happens, but I don't know. Yuna, hello. I like that profile picture. From the UK here. Wait, from the UK here and really like your... Oh, you're from the UK. Okay, so Yuna... I'm very curious what you think of the CMA situation, because that's your home turf. Do you have any thoughts on that, or are you just swinging by to say hello? Very curious about UK locals and how they're feeling about it. But Yuna from the UK here, and really like your videos. Thank you very much, Yuna. Appreciate it. I know it's Yunaru Kami, but just think the CMA here is being too petty. Yeah. Well, their main reasoning is cloud. I'm excited to be live streaming with you guys, by the way. I feel like I haven't just done a hangout live stream like this in a long time. And no worries if you're just lurking. Feel free to do that. But yeah, thanks for the love, Yuna. Appreciate that. Crash on Game Pass will be fire. It will be. It will be. I have that in a poll, by the way. If there's any Activision Blizzard game that you are looking forward to coming to Game Pass most, what would it be? Anyways, but yeah, Yuna, the CMA being petty, like, it's so funny that their main concern is cloud. It's cloud of all things. It's like that was the EU's concern as well, but at least they gave things. It's like the EU is like, okay, we're concerned about this, but if you do this, we're cool with it, you know? And it wasn't anything, the free license thing, that was kind of crazy. I did a video about that. The free license thing is kind of crazy, but, and then, you know, this judge, she heard everything. She's like, you know, you guys already won with all these 10-year contracts and what the EU asked for. It's like, you're all winning. So I don't see why this needs to be blocked anymore. They've done more than they need to close this. It's just funny. Paragon, it sucks that they said it's up to Rare to make a Banjo game. UTS up to the devs. Yeah. Did they say it's up to Rare, though? Because I don't know. Duke, hello, Duke. There's definitely is a market for Banjo-Kazooie. Did you see how people reacted to Banjo showing up in Smash? Completely disagree. That Rare devs take. Oh, you guys are talking about the there was a story that a former Banjo-Kazooie developer was like, yeah, there's not enough audience for Crash Bandicoot, or sorry, Banjo-Kazooie anymore. The thing is that you don't know that until the game releases. You don't know that, but could he be right? Absolutely. Absolutely, he could be right. He could be. Just like the FTC could be right. Hello, Elegante. Hello from Brazil. Hello, hello. I don't know if Cloud Game Pass still has NVIDIA now and Amazon Luna to compete with, so I don't understand CMA's logic. I don't know. I don't know CMA's logic. Do you think the back catalog will all drop on Game Pass when all's completed? So, Barry has a good question. And it's something that, because again, to me, I just turned to SpongeBob. Popeye. Whatever. Yeah, Barry's asking, do you think the back catalog for like Activision Blizzard will drop on Game Pass when all is completed? So, I was listening to Kinda Funny and somebody asked that question, and they were looking into it, and just for reference, when Bethesda closed, 3 days later, they added 20 Bethesda titles to Game Pass. 3 days later. Could that happen with Activision Blizzard? I don't know. But that's for reference with Bethesda. The problem is that I guess since 2020, that is around the time that PlayStation did a lot of these like locked contracts, if you will. Like, hey, you are not allowed to add this to any other subscription service, especially Xbox, until this time. They started doing that as of 2020, and there wasn't so many of those with Bethesda, but there might be a good deal of them with like Crash Bandicoot, Call of Duty and stuff. So I don't know. I definitely think like within the following month, we'll see a lot of them show up, but will it be the 3 days that happened with Bethesda? I don't know. There's actually something I want to bring up about that too. I have some tabs I haven't dived into. I'm just kind of having fun hanging out with you guys. The main thing that frustrates me is that we'd be different to so many other countries. Oh, Yuna's talking about the fellow UK folks. Yep. Although I mainly care about more games coming to Game Pass. Yuna, but that's the problem, Yuna, is for any UK folks, let's dive into these tabs. Okay, so I'm going to dive into these tabs, but just shout out to Elegante, Paragon, Yuna, Barry. Thank you guys so much. I'm still going to be looking at the chat, and let's end this poll really quick. We have 31 votes. The thing that people are most excited about seeing is Call of Duty. Call of Duty coming to Game Pass, with Crash Bandicoot being the runner-up, followed by, Call of Duty at 38%, Crash Bandicoot at 29%, Diablo at 19%, and Other is at 12%. Doesn't surprise me. Call of Duty. I admit myself, I'd be very excited to see Call of Duty come to Game Pass, only because, not because I do love my shooters, but just the campaigns. That's it. I just want to play those Call of Duty campaigns. I'm not interested in the multiplayers, because the multiplayers is the same thing every time, but the campaigns, I'll take that. Like, I would be very excited to experience a lot of Call of Duty campaigns. But to me, I just want Diablo 4 on Game Pass. And I think I have a thingy about that. Let's see. I can close this. I swear, let me see if I can find this, because to me, just speaking of Game Pass while we're on it, Bob Eggers, okay. To me, the big deal about this whole thing is I want to see stuff come to Game Pass. That's what it is. And by the way, this video right here sums up the entire CMA argument. I'm going to play this for you really quick. This sums up the whole CMA, FTC, just this video is it. Okay? This is it.
He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. And we have to destroy him.
If there's even a 1% chance, we have to destroy him. That's literally... Oops, you guys don't see me. Whoops. Where did I go? Where did I go? Oh, I know why. It's because I'm... Whoops, wrong one. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I was on the wrong thing. Those are the two ones right there. There we go. But yeah, I don't know if you still heard or saw that, but that's basically it. That's basically how the situation goes. But I swear I saw something about Diablo. Well... I'll look it up. Diablo 4 Game Pass. Yeah, because there was this thing where the Blizzard boss basically said... The Blizzard boss, by the way, that has been a thing. The person in charge of Blizzard, the top head honcho of Blizzard, has been, really, expressing excitement the past day or two. He's been like, dude, we have a lot of great folks at Blizzard. A lot of great people working on great games. And we woke up very excited this Tuesday morning, kind of a thing. And yet, I guess he shut down. There's a tweet that he did. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, somebody thought they caught a leak of Blizzard or of Diablo 4 coming to Game Pass. And I guess that the head of Blizzard here is this isn't happening. And then there was a month or two ago where the creative director of Diablo 4 was yeah, we have no plans for Game Pass. Could they just be saying this? Absolutely. But what do you think? What do you think? Oh, I just chose the wrong screen. There we go. Yeah, what do you think? Because I've been holding out for it, man. I've been holding out for Diablo 4 to come to Game Pass so badly. Yeah. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to the 24 people watching, man. Thanks for swinging by. It's been a while since we just had a, just casual hangout live stream. We definitely have a subject focus today, but it's really able to play COD going forward. The file sizes are a massive pain. Yeah, Yuna. Bright side, you play the campaign, just delete it. If you're not gonna play the multiplayer for Call of Duty, you could just delete it after you play the campaigns. Yabar said no Diablo 4 in Game Pass, Revived Saiyan says, but he doesn't have that control when Xbox owns them, their IP and their decision. True. That is not his call to make once Xbox owns them. So it's a tactic right now, to milk as much sales out of Diablo 4 as possible. Because the second they say, oh yeah, the second this deal closes, we're looking forward to having more players on Diablo 4 through Game Pass. The second they say that, the game's going to stop selling. Which, by the way, Diablo 4 is the fastest selling Blizzard game ever, I guess. So why would they risk that if they don't have to? You know, why would they risk that if they don't have to? So, like, I understand if he's, you know, having to put up a front or if he truly believes this, but I want Diablo 4 and Game Pass so bad. I've been holding out. Has anybody been like that with me? I've been holding out, and every day. What movie is this from? Every day, I wish you were dead. I'm not saying it's that severe, but does anybody remember that movie? I wake up and I think. But man, every time I play Tears of the Kingdom, I'm like, should I have gotten Diablo? But then this recent trip I took, oh no. I love that I have a Switch game that's going to last me a long time, especially for when I travel. But anyways, Paragon, it seems that the announcement, that announcement accidentally circulated, probably a planned announcement after the deal closes. Like, it could be, and that would be a big moment. But, Yuna, do you think the FTC would appeal? So, all airtime, hello. Thank you guys very much for swinging by. Wow, we have 30 people watching. Thank you all for swinging by, man. Like I said, monetization for the channel has been disabled, so you're just supporting by watching and liking the stream if you're happy to hang out with your boy and the rest of the community. But if you feel like taking that next level up and joining Discord, requesting podcasts, and being a part of live conversations with me, like vocally, head over to the description. That's where Patreon's at. I might be hiring an editor soon, so you're contributing to that as well. Gonna ever expand the channel. We're trying to reach 40K. I'm hoping to God this is the year we reach 40K, because I've been waiting for that for so long, man. But yeah, Yuna, do you think the FTC would appeal? So there's more tabs I have to get into, but they're already trying to do that. You know, like they're basically, they're already trying to appeal. That is something that has come out that the FTC is trying to, like, see if they can end this deal. I hope I don't cause my camera to break here. Okay. But it's a matter of, will they succeed? Probably not, but I don't know. But yeah, they are trying to. But it's just like, when you look into it, they won't be able to appeal fast enough. That's the thing. They won't be able to appeal fast enough. There's so many timelines right now. That's really the struggle. Because the FTC, if they're going to try to appeal this judge's decision, that appeal probably won't go through for at least a couple weeks. But that deadline's coming up, and Xbox is looking to close as soon as possible. Whereas Xbox, Microsoft actually, that deadline's coming up. So they're trying to close before July 19th, where they have to pay Activision $3 billion if they don't. So either they close this before the 19th, or they get Activision to agree to extend the deal while they deal with the CMA. So there's like those two times. And if they do this, you actually just made me think of this. If they do extend it, they're probably not going to do that. They probably want to close this. I just now thought of this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would love to see your guys' takes on this. I'm going to skim the chat here because I know I'm behind. But the FTC is going to try to appeal, right? They're not going to appeal in time, though, for that July 19th deadline. So if Xbox extends that deadline, July 19th, to say maybe August 19th, so that way they can deal with this CMA hearing that they have at the end of the month. It's not the CMA hearing, but you know what I mean. They have like a hearing in the UK to like fight that thing. If they extend it to go past that, then that might give the FTC enough time to appeal. So maybe they don't want to extend. Maybe they're just like, look, if the CMA can reach an agreement with us right here and now, then we will close. We will be good. But if you don't reach an agreement with us, I'm sorry, we have to close, and we will fight your decision at the end of the month, and hopefully we can just make bygones be bygones. But we have to close because this is like it, you know? I didn't think of that. I have no idea though. I'm no lawyer, I'm no analyst. I'm just a guy that loves to speculate about the game industry. Yeah. Can Microsoft close the deal before an appeal? That's what I mean, Not of Coffee. So I think I just answered that. Rue, hello. I'm worried about this deal. Remember when Netflix was $8 and an amazing deal? Yeah, Game Pass is not going to last. Totally. Rev brings up a good point that I'm actually going to bring up a tab that I have. I saw this tweet and I thought it was interesting, you know, where it's like, if you hate on Xbox Game Pass, that means you also have to hate on Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, Amazon, etc. But let me guess, that's different. Right. Like if anybody is hating on Xbox Game Pass, which I'm not saying that was you, I'm saying this is the only tie-in comment I feel I've had to this. There's so many people that are hating on Xbox Game Pass and what it's doing to the industry and everything, but it's like, okay, and which is fair. Like, I'm not disagreeing with those folks. That's super fair, because I made a video about this where it's like, if Xbox Game Pass does change the way that games are made and played and everything, that totally could have an effect on the industry, just like Netflix did on productions. Like, that totally is a thing that could happen. I will say, though, Netflix also caused the death, not the death, but it caused some harm for the movie theater industry, but it also upped the amount of content that users have to consume. Warner Brothers, Paramount, everybody started making so much content and trying to get it onto their service to compete with Netflix. And that's what this move is going to do. It's like Xbox Game Pass is going to become such a juggernaut if Call of Duty and things come to the service that could it trigger a monopoly? Yes, possibly. But at the least what it's going to do is trigger so much content that we are going to want to consume, and ways of consuming that content, that people are going to be fighting over our money. So that's what good competition does, at least in my opinion. But yeah. Let me look at the chat here. I'm just going to skim through the chat one more time. Lunsmoke. Yeah, Lunsmoke's holding out with me for Diablo 4. Receive saying it should be in Game Pass. The DLC skins are $20 to $40. Yep. And I see Tondo. Yep, I don't want to buy D4. I need to do a shout out really quick because the alert didn't pop up, but I think we have a new patron. Yeah, Michael Knight. Michael Knight, thank you very much for becoming a patron, man. Very much appreciate that. And if you have any questions about how to get into the Discord, feel free to message me on there. I believe you're able to do that. But yeah, as long as you have your Discord linked to your Patreon, it should just automatically add you in the next day or two. But make sure you have your Discord linked, because if it's not, then it won't add you. And if you didn't have it linked, then just link it now, log out, log back in, and it'll get you in. Thank you so much, Knight. That's awesome. New patron. Like I said, if you guys, you're supporting by being here, but if you want to take that next step up and get rewards for doing so, head over to Patreon description. Okay, I'm going to skim the chat here because I know I fell behind. We have no super chats either because YouTube took away my monetization, so I can't see any highlighted messages. I'm with Elegante. I hope they will make a console version of WoW. They did that for Phasmophobia. Anybody, raise your hand. Is anybody looking forward to the console version of Phasmophobia? Please tell me I'm not alone. Let's see. Paragon. Even then, the answer will take about 5 days if they appeal, which by then the deal will be closed. Exactly. They don't have time to appeal unless Microsoft extends. And if they extend, they probably don't want to do that. Like, I didn't think of that. Yeah, Yuna, WoW on PC Game Pass. I could totally picture that. Totally. Barry, I'd heard Microsoft are aiming for 1 million new subscribers by September's end with ABK's closure and Starfield has a P date all in that month. Totally. Like, Starfield is going to up that subscription by a lot, and which is why they raised the prices. Like Starfield, they expect to be a big surge for the service. And with all those Activision titles coming as well, I would expect those subs to go up for sure. They'll be closed by September. I'm going to say that. Okay, I'm just skimming chats. The CMA is a big issue. I live in the UK too. Yeah, how are you feeling about that all airtime? Because what the... let me pull up another tab thing. So yeah, if you're just joining, we're essentially bringing up how, if you're in this stream, you probably know by now, you know, Microsoft was trying to buy, aka Xbox specifically, you know, for their Xbox brand. They're trying to buy Activision Blizzard King to add to their mobile side of things and to add to their catalog, and to become much more mainstream. You know, they're really, this whole thing is about them fighting Amazon and Google much more than PlayStation and Nintendo. But, which is why they didn't offer their games to those services. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But Google's is dead and Amazon's, yeah, they didn't get it. But, excuse me. But, this is the part that's interesting. So I see some people talking about the CMA because this is the other thing that's interesting. Microsoft, Activision Blizzard have agreed with the CMA that a stay of the litigation in the UK would be in the public interest, meaning the litigation, like, they were going to show up to the people that, you know, manage the CMA and be like, you know, talking to the parents of the kids, like, your kid did this. And that was going to happen at the end of the month. But now they're like, can we pause that for a second and just give us the week to see if we could work something out? And then, of course, the CMA did this when the FTC loses. That was like, those two were the only people that were really objecting this in terms of government bodies. There's over 40 countries that have approved this thing. And when I see people say, like, this is, you know, anybody that's okay with this is wrong. And I'm like, dude, 70% of the world is wrong then. 75% of the world is wrong. So, if not more. But anyways, the CMA said, we stand ready to consider any proposals from Microsoft to restructure the transaction in a way that would address the concerns set out in our final report. The thing that's important about this, though, is that, not that one, sorry, this one. The CMA has stressed that while it's open to Microsoft modifying the deal, its decision to block currently stands. Proposals may require another investigation. And that's something big that I feel people are underestimating here, is that, you know, the CMA is saying, look, we're going to talk with you, and if you are okay, like, rearranging this deal and how it's going to work, then we'll work something out. Like, we'll give you the okay. But we're going to need to start a new investigation based off of this new write-up. And it's literally a stall tactic. It might not be a tactic, but it's like, that is a method that would require a whole new investigation to happen, which Microsoft might be like, you know what? That is okay. Unfortunately, we are going to have to close this, though, now and just write up a completely separate thing for your country. Like, hopefully we will work it out and we'll work with you on that. But we have to close because we're about to lose $3 billion on this. And if you want to sue us, great. But we're confident in our case. And we're going to, you know, make sure that we don't violate the laws you've assigned for your country. We won't give your people Call of Duty day one. We won't give them Crash Bandicoot or Diablo or any of these things. We'll discontinue our cloud service to you. We'll make your people suffer if that's what you really want. But it's just hilarious. And they only did this literally the day of the FTC losing. They literally did this because they're back. Like, I'm not sure of any of this. I want you to know, I am just being me here, okay? I'm not saying anybody is wrong or right. It's just me speculating. I think speculation is one of the funnest things to do with people that can respect your opinion and not say you are right or wrong. So that's all a disclaimer there. So I don't know if I am correct. I don't know that. All I'm saying is just that this situation just seems like literally, frick, our one and only guy in our corner lost. Okay, hit them up and tell them, we're sorry. We're sorry. You know, that thing, like, just like, okay, look, please don't close yet. It's just funny to me, but anyway. So that's that situation. That made me winded. Yeah, Luna Smoke is holding out for the... Oh, wait, no. I just saw that earlier. Okay, I fell very far behind the chat. Yuna, didn't realize you had a Patreon. I've had a Patreon for many years. I'm looking forward to... Because this month, I think... Oh, I'm making new emotes for Twitch. So that's where Patreon goes to this month. I'm making new emotes for my Twitch. And whenever I get monetization back to YouTube, I want to have the emotes here as well. For, like, members or whatever. But might be hiring an editor as well soon. So, and I also want to start these like speculation rooms. I don't know what to call them. What's a good name for that, guys? If I had you, would you be interested in that as well? Let me know that in the chat, please, because that's truly something I'm like, I don't know how to make a business out of my channel. I just love to talk with you about video games and what's going on in the gaming world. And it's like, I want to create a safe space for people that might want to talk vocally. Like actual nights where we could talk about this, or we could talk about what are our games of 2023 so far. Or if you're in the anime world, we might have little anime rooms as well of okay, best girl debate, I want to create those rooms. And that's, I think, the thing that I want to sell, where it's the free stuff is YouTube. I pour my time into this, and that's what I create for free for folks, is the YouTube channels, these live streams, these subjects, these research, all these things. And I just do that for free. But if people invest in Patreon, that it's cool, I can invest that in an editor to keep creating that free content and make these rooms for us to talk. If you're interested in those rooms to talk, let me know, because I seriously, to me, I would pay for that. After Summer Game Fest, I wanted, I told myself, if anybody had something like that where it's a serious group that they won't badmouth each other, I would easily pay $5 or $10 a month to be a part of a group like that. But anyway, that's a side rant. But yeah, Yuna, if you feel like supporting, or anybody else feels like supporting, go to the description. Okay. Ashraf, hi. Ashraf, you had a funny moment. We were playing Cult of the Lamb, and you stole somebody from me, and that's all I'm going to say. Twitch every Monday and Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Ashraf, when it comes to consolidation of the gaming market, why is it always Microsoft people mad at and not Tencent or Embracer Group? It's just because of the fan wars, I personally think, and because Microsoft is technically much bigger than those companies, I don't know about the gaming front, but the more eyes there is on somebody, the more negativity is gonna be hit there, That's just the thing. Rev saying, to be honest, I'll play Starfield, but it's not the game I'm amped about most. What is that? It's Avowed and Clockwork and Fable. Yeah. No, for the rest of the year, I'm looking forward to Spidey 2 and Pikmin 4. Those are my two most anticipated games that remain this year. On the Xbox side of things, Party Animals. What? You're looking forward to Party Animals more than Starfield? How dare you? All right. Paragon, at that point, Xbox can say, our services are out of the UK, and let's see what happens when Microsoft doesn't want to invest. Though Foss Patton said this is standard, it's basically saving face. Yeah. Yep. Definitely anime over here. You could probably tell from my profile pic. Yeah, what is that profile pic, Yuna? I'm trying to see that, and I can't tell who that is. Anyways, what's another tab we have? So that's the thing. That's the thing. Also, I'm on the wrong screen. Come on, go to my proper screen. There we go. If anybody was curious when Call of Duty would be coming to Game Pass, the day ones. I don't know about the back catalog. But the day one releases, that'll be January 2025. I was listening to the court hearing every now and then when there was space for me. And I was hearing them say, there was all these quotes that's basically PlayStation locked Call of Duty down with this marketing deal, and they are not allowed to put Call of Duty games on Game Pass until January 2025. So, and I saw Reforge, who is a person that's been getting a lot of love and hate on Twitter. I'll tell you what, but Twitter's been a crazy place the past few months, man. But excuse me. But yeah, he was saying how I'm not sure how people think it's a win when they're excited about things coming to Game Pass when you're not even going to get those things on Game Pass for another 2 years. And I disagree. Yes, day one Call of Duty game, sure, but the back catalog is coming. If there's a new Crash Bandicoot game, that's coming. Diablo 4 will probably come on. PC Game Pass, I can almost guarantee you there's going to be something involving that. You know, so like the back catalog, if you're talking about just the front, like the day ones, sure. That end, we might be a little bit, there might not be nothing much because Activision is so focused on Call of Duty. It's crazy. I saw like a graphic actually. Wait, I'm going to go to our patron Discord. So here you can see our Discord, but where was it? Wait, what the fuck? And what? 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 What is this? Okay, Gex Trilogy channel. I don't know where you found that. I don't believe you. But anyways, where is it? There was a thingy. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Where did I put that? Was the FTC thing? There was... See, we have our own chat about, like, the FTC stuff, too. So, like, yeah, we have fun in our Discord. I don't know where it is, but there was this picture. Here we go. This is it. Yeah. This picture, it shows, like, how many studios are working on Call of Duty at Activision. So, Reforge's point of, like, you know... I don't know why people are excited when you won't even get these day one benefits for 2 years. At first, I was like, Activision doesn't just have Call of Duty, though. But then I look at a picture like this that I'm just like, oh, they have more than Call of Duty, but they're too, but they are only producing Call of Duty. So it's like, okay, maybe he has a point. But then there's Toys for Bob. So I don't know. He might have a point with that, but I don't like, I'm still looking forward to the back catalog. It's going to be cool to see people be able to play stuff on Switch and everything. And especially, give me that Diablo 4, baby. Please give me that Diablo 4. But anyways, again, this is our patron Discord. We have our group Game Watch where we hang out as well. I gave him this little snippet of a West Side Otaku, my anime channel video that I was working on. But anyways, so yeah, but Call of Duty wouldn't be arriving on Game Pass until January 2025. So if you're curious about that, that's a thing too. I feel like I've ran through the main points I wanted to go through. I don't think there's much else. Anyways, I'm gonna make you guys have a pop-out chat. There we go. Boop. Okay. Shout out to the 20 people watching. Thank you guys very much. You're Party Animals made you cry like Pikmin, right? No. God, no. No. Party Animals did not make me cry like Pikmin. I was just excited. I have a reaction video to that release date. Not many people watched it, but there's a famous quote from an old Supreme Court justice I think is important. I'll have to send it in a few messages. Here we go. Rue says, Americans should be under no illusions as to the value or effect of price cutting. It has been the most potent weapon of monopoly, a means of killing the small rival to which the great trusts have resorted most frequently. It is so simple, so effective. Far-seeing organized capital secures by this means the cooperation of the short-sighted, unorganized consumer to his own undoing. Thoughtless or weak, he yields to temptation of trifling immediate gain, and selling his birthright for a mess of pottage becomes himself an instrument of monopoly. So that's a very good quote, Ryu. That's a very good quote. Like, at this point, what's up, Joey? There's one of my patrons right there, man. I was saying to folks that, like, I'm much happier that the FTC lost than Microsoft winning. But you're right, Rue, like that quote up there, you're right. Or that quote is correct. You know, like I am so caught up, and a lot of us are so caught up in the immediate benefits of this. We are very caught up in the immediate benefits, which is getting, you know, things like Crash, Call of Duty, Warcraft, and Diablo and such day one on Game Pass. That is something we are very caught in the moment of. We're also very happy to see, you know, just on a consumer level, and just if you are happy for other people, that Nintendo's finally going to get stuff, that other platforms are going to get free licenses and stuff, and it's going to, you know, lead to a lot more people playing games. We're happy about that for now. But you're right. You know, if somebody were to consider the far off future, there's definite possibilities of like, you know, like a lot of people are only seeing the immediate good instead of the long-term bad. That is totally a possibility. I'm not going to deny that. But for now, I don't believe that. I really don't. Every organization is going to be cutthroat. They want to make money. You know, as much as Xbox is a super duper pro-consumer seeming company, there's probably things going on in the background, totally. But for now, I don't want to live life on the idea of what could go wrong versus what could go right. You know, like just thinking about the workplace improving at ABK, thinking about those day ones that I will soon get, you know, thinking about all the things that I can try out. That is the big thing that I've always loved about Game Pass, is trying things out. Even if Game Pass somehow went to like $30 a month, I would be, that's crazy. They should never raise it to that high price, but I would pay it. That sounds insane to pay $30 a month when it's only like $10. Well, it's $11 now a month, but I would probably pay it because I just would be trying so many things that I wasn't interested in before. Now, I don't want a bunch of companies to be bought up by Sony and Microsoft, and then it just turns out you can only choose between PS Plus and Game Pass. I don't want that to happen, of course. I want third parties to stay third party, but I don't want to think about what could go wrong versus the what could go right, personally. That's my take on just the whole shebang. Dragon Hall, I just hope that every Call of Duty game that has multiplayer can be fixed before coming to Game Pass. What does that mean? Can be fixed. Riff4, would rather get COD every 3 years and other titles like Pyro to come back. Me too, man. Like, I showed that picture before. There it is. And, you know, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer, those are the three studios that are always working on Call of Duty games. They are always working on Call of Duty games. Now, but do we have to keep Raven, High Moon, and Beanox supporting? Maybe, but it's like, I like the idea of the three studios there just making their own thing, you know? Just, I like the idea of those three studios each making a COD game that maybe takes them 3 to 5 years. Well, these other guys can do whatever. Now, Beanox literally, I guess they are literally a support studio, but I could have swore they've done some other stuff. But it would be great to see Raven and High Moon free so much. And make Toys for Bob, just let them do the games that they want to do. Like, I will be so excited about that. But Call of Duty is a moneymaker. We have to think of that as a business, too. Call of Duty is a moneymaker. So it's like, if Call of Duty is generating billions of dollars a year, it's literally like the most high-sold game every year. Why would you stop that train? So that's a good point, too. I'm with you, Paragon, but but just strictly speaking on a business perspective, I can understand if they don't do that. Geezy, give me that Marvel Ultimate Alliance on backward comp. That's a good question. I wonder how much of the back catalog we'll get. Because, you know, there's some tricky licenses that Activision has. Like, do we get Sekiro? Do we get Sekiro on Game Pass? Because technically Activision published that game while FromSoft developed it. I don't know. Elegante, with Toys for Bob getting under the Microsoft umbrella, there's a really good chance of a new Banjo game. That's insane. Keep in mind that video games take a long time to develop now, you know, and whatever Toys for Bob has been working on, that's the priority. So like, even if they were finishing whatever they're doing next, how much longer is that going to take for a Banjo game to happen? So I don't know. Joey, I just want that potential of Toys for Bob to be fully free. Yes, let them make what they want to make and not be another COD studio. Totally agree. Luna, I'll probably be dead in 20 years for now. Let's enjoy. Exactly. That's an absolutely valid take. I mean, life is a lot better if you aren't constantly stressing about things like that. Like, totally, yeah. I could definitely ramble about certain life perspectives, but yeah. What are we at? 45 minutes? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying this, make sure you leave a like. And if you want to upgrade that support as well as benefits, go to the link in the description below with Patreon. Probably hang out for like another 10 or 15 minutes or so here. Let's see. Paragon. Here's the thing. In Mexico, and at any point, at any turn, I might not get back. Wait. Hold on. Here's the thing. I'm in Mexico, and at any turn, I might not get back home by a random event. No point on not enjoying life. Yes. Correct. Elegante. Please, Xbox, let 343 Industries work on Call of Duty so we can find a proper developer for Halo. Now, okay, because we're in a live stream here, let me just say, I firmly disagree with that. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm like, I want to make this video about Halo Infinite that I've been sitting on for a while, but it's pissing me off what's happening with it. Not in like the way of like Fire 343 or Infinite's bad. It's in the opposite way. Like, Infinite is so good now that I'm just like, literally the second they add PvE, this is a dream come true for any Halo fan. And it's hurting me to think of like how when 343 finally got it right, they didn't get, you know, the long-term plan or like the launch that right, but they made the good foundation, and a lot of it's been put on that foundation now. It's like, and they're in this rhythm now too that I'm just like, I want 343 to stay on because they finally got it. After like a decade, they finally got it. And now when they finally got it, we want to fire them? Nah, I disagree. No, I don't want anybody else working on Halo personally. And that's not because I'm a fan of 343. That's just because I'm like, they finally got it. Do we really want to risk another studio hopping in and potentially doing the same kind of reset that it'd take another 10 years to figure it out? But I don't know. That's just me. Luna Smoke, games are expensive. I'm tired of having to defend my Game Pass subscription. $140 Canadian for a Mortal Kombat 1 plus the character pack. Exactly, man. There's a reason, like, I'm really pissed that this year, so this is an actual thought, and we're getting to like kind of just the casual hangout thing. I agree, Ashraf. Halo Infinite has been great since last November. I agree. Ever since they added Forge mode and the custom game browser, I think Infinite's great, personally. And co-op, like, as of November last year, it became the launch that people were hoping the game would be. But anyways, but yeah, Luna Smoke, games are expensive. I was thinking about this year. I'm like, man, I bought Tears of the Kingdom. I'm going to buy Pikmin 4. I bought Jedi Survivor. There's one other one. I'm forgetting what. But it's like just those 3 games alone. And there's going to be Spider-Man 4. I swear there was something else I'm forgetting, though. But those 4 games would get me like a year or 2 of Game Pass, in which I would play a much larger quantity of games. Yeah, but it's about quality, not quantity. Hi-Fi Rush is the Game of the Year contender. I'm just saying. Forza Motorsport, I guarantee you, will review at least 9 out of 10. Starfield might be the game of the generation. I say might as in I don't know. I'm very excited to play the expansion of Sea of Thieves. There's been a lot of neat little indie gems to try this year. I forget what one is called. I know what it is, though. Ravenlock? I think it's Ravenlock. And Planet of Lana. Like, if I literally just function off of Game Pass the entire year, I would be so content. I'm not saying that, like, because I'm trying to be a fanboy or anything. I'm just saying that as a frugal-ass person that has embraced what Game Pass really is, which is a service that lets you try out things that you were not interested in trying before. Because in order to try it, you had to be gifted it or purchase it for like $60. That's why I'm looking forward to this acquisition. Me personally. Am I worried about the future? Sure. But for now, I'm going to live in the moment, and that's all. Halo fans will never be fired until, or never be happy until 343 is fired. Man, there's just a split there. Una prototype could be interesting on Game Pass. Decent games, totally. Paragon, the issue is that a lot of people are no longer waiting for that to arrive. A lot of them have actually moved to other shooters like COD, blame the previous management. To me, Halo Infinite, like, the main problem isn't the game. It's the environment. Like, people want Halo to be what it once was. That's impossible. That's impossible. I've embraced that. Halo can never be what it once was. Even if it released like an absolute 10 out of 10 masterpiece, there's no way. Because there's too many other things to play. And there's so many other live service games fighting for your time. That Halo, it's just impossible for Halo to be as big as it once was. But Infinite, as a live service game, I am down for Infinite to continue as the multiplayer, and then for them to work on like campaigns on the side. I think that'd be cool, personally. If that's the direction they want to go, fine. We'll embrace, you know, the past that Halo 3 was like in Reach were like big, cool launch packages. But anyways, it's like I said, man, I want to do a video about that. Bro, just imagine a Halo game with horror style developed by Treyarch, like the amazing job they did with zombies, but now with Flood. It would be cool. Ashraf, the Halo fans are split, man. They're very split. I do see the positive people, Ashraf. I do. Elegante, I don't want to sound a hater, but damn, it took them 10 years to know how to make a Halo game. That says a lot to me. Joey, if it wasn't for Game Pass, I wouldn't have played Amori. Exactly. Therefore, Game Pass is peak. Joey, I have that same statement about Outer Wilds. If it wasn't for Game Pass, I'd never would have played Outer Wilds. Therefore, Game Pass is peak. Game Pass is by far the most affordable option for people, Char says. I agree. I do. The cool part is like, because I've done this with PS Plus. When I wanted to play Stray, I saw that Stray, like, I was interested in that game. And then I saw that it was a day one on PS Plus, the middle tier. So I just got it for a month to play it for a month. I didn't need a month with it. I just needed like a week or two. It's a short game. So I just got PS Plus for that month. And I just played Stray instead of spending $40 on it. I also got to start God of War 2018, and then I'm like, you know what? It's on sale for $10. Now I'll just buy it, you know? That was cool. And that's what people can do with Game Pass if they want. They don't have to stay subscribed if they want. Just try it out for the month that something's coming to it that you are interested in. But if you stay subscribed to it, then the real value is trying out stuff that you would have never tried before. Gen Z does not like Halo. It has to change or die. I don't want that. I don't want it to change or die. I'd say let it die then, personally. I don't think Halo should ever have to change. I think they did a good job with Infinite. Like, bring it back to the OG sandbox days while also slightly modernizing the feel of it, if that makes sense. Genre Infinite has an insane amount of free content. There is, man. As a free multiplayer game. I forgot about that. As a free multiplayer game. Holy shit. I didn't even think of that. That is a lot, actually. You know, you can't do all the campaign stuff, but that's it. Anyways. Actually really appreciated Stray. Such a cool setting. I agree. Bungie themselves can't make an OG Halo. They aren't the same people now. Correct. Yeah. I hate hearing people say that, man. Like, I hear people say, like, they should have bought Bungie because they were on that list that I did a video about. And I didn't bring up Bungie, by the way. But yeah, like, I hear people say Microsoft should have bought Bungie before Sony because then they could have handed it back to Bungie. And it's like, a lot of the core people that were in charge of Halo during those years, they are not with Bungie anymore. They all started their own studios or have gone off other places. Like, the people that made Halo in those OG days are not at Bungie anymore. So, yeah, that's not the answer, and I don't get that. But anyways, Joey, but Game Pass only has indies. Half of the catalog is AAA, plus the only 11 out of 10 game is an indie game. Joey, you're in love with the morning, man. I love it. Indies are generally made with way more effort and care. Yes, never underestimate indies. Mariano, also, people don't talk enough about is the accessibility with Game Pass. Love the fact that friends and I can get together and play games with each of us not having to buy the game separately. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Sea of Thieves, man. Like, Sea of Thieves has that free expansion coming up. And I can play it with my buddy Taylor. That Monkey Island expansion. We have something to do because we're on Game Pass. Anyways, so folks, Microsoft won against the FTC. My final question to you is one, again, if you want to have more convos, then visit description. Also leave comments on my videos and follow me on Twitter for sure. But when is this close? I essentially am curious for us to debate with the whole situation of them having to them working with the CMA right now. Like, if the CMA had no problems, I truly think if Microsoft winning this FTC thing, people celebrated way too early. Even like fellow people I've collaborated with like tweeted out, they're like, that's it, folks, Microsoft has officially closed an Activision Blizzard King. And I'm like, no, they have not. This is not over yet. But it's like a big victory. So my question is, with them trying to work with the CMA, their last big problem, if you will, Canada, yeah, they have skepticism, but it's too late for them to really object it. Yeah, Australia hasn't given their decision yet, but they haven't given any signs of them being against it. You know, like, they could wait for more territories, but they've gotten over 40 countries to support them, including the EU. And with this win against the FTC, and the main problem right now, like, the FTC could still fight here, but the main problem right now is dealing with the CMA in the United Kingdom. So does Microsoft, this is what I want us to debate about, does Microsoft wait to close this deal until they talk with the CMA, I think it's CAT, I forget what the tribunal something, whatever, the parents of the CMA, let's call them that. Do they talk with Activision to see if they could extend the deal to safely close this deal in a way that the entire world benefits from it instead of just everybody outside of the UK? Do they do that? You know, try to just close in August maybe? Or do they just get really risky? And I need to look into what happens if they do this. Do they close it before that July 18th deadline that they have? If they don't close this by July 18th, then they have to pay Activision Blizzard King $3 billion. And technically, they could walk away from the deal at that point too. That's the other part. They could technically walk away from the deal at that point if they don't agree to an extension. So it just seems like one option, you're going to deal with some fallout. You're going to be aggressive, but you're going to deal with some fallout. But it'll be over, but you're going to be dealing with some legal fallout potentially. The other option, it's safe. Hopefully Activision lets you do it and extends, and you could appeal to the UK tribunal or whatever, and then you could safely close this, and you don't have to make a diversionary or whatever it's called, and you could just close this safely. And the other option, you have to build all this other stuff to make it work with the UK. What do you think they do? Do they go like with the risky aggressive, or the I was gonna say safe longer, but I questioned the safe part because the FTC is trying to appeal. And if they appeal thanks to that extended time and they have enough time to appeal, I feel like they go aggressive, personally. Only because I didn't think about that appeal. But that's only if that appeal goes through, that the FTC does. So that's my last thing I'm curious to see your guys' takes on before we head out here. And I'm going to pass out, man, because I just got back from my trip, too. I haven't talked about that at all. Let me know if you want any thoughts about that. But yeah, I just got back from a trip to see my family. It was a great trip. Super great trip. Hung out with my niece. Got some lake time. Yeah, but anyways. Okay. But what do you guys think? Yuna, it'll close for everywhere but the UK ASAP. But here in the UK, no idea. And I will say, if they do go with the aggressive option, the UK doesn't, they have to do something different in the UK. At least, I think at least, you'll still get, like, they're not going to discontinue Game Pass over there or cloud services. Maybe that's what they have to do. But, like, they just have to cut off the idea. They have to, like, program things. So it's like, okay, Game Pass users in the UK cannot get the Activision benefits, basically. Chan, I agree. Infinite's campaign was awesome. Like, I don't want that to be over. I don't want that, especially. They were going a great direction with that campaign. I don't want them to change. So sad that team basically got gutted. The team that finally made a good campaign on the Halo side of things, both story and gameplay wise. God damn. Microsoft is on control now. CMA and FTC are trying to hang on, Jason says. Elegante, it was indeed, but they shook up way too much of the story for Halo Infinite. I'm glad we have some Halo fans here. Chanarar, people give too much credit to games. They only thrive from nostalgia. Cat, yes, thank you, Elegante. Cat, yeah. Paragon, nope, they are rushing to the finish line. They baited the FTC to go to court and lose just to safely close, whether UK is included or not. That bait, FTC took the bait. They did. Joey, the deal closes next week. This won't go past the deadline. Activision Blizzard King have made that woefully clear. What do you mean? Activision Blizzard King have made that woefully clear. They'll close over everyone who doesn't go along for it. They'll close over the CMA. Joey being bold. Jason, ABK shareholders don't want to extend the deal. I would agree. Like, if I was Activision Blizzard King, I have to be honest. Like, I am not a CEO or anything like that. I just like to hang out with you and talk about video games and anime. But if I was Bobby Kotick or whatever, I would imagine that like just through this whole thing, just thinking about like, okay, yeah, we've kind of jeopardized a little bit of relationship with PlayStation, but we'll get $3 billion. We're going to get $3 billion if this falls through. Yeah, it would have stopped us from making the $70 billion we would have got before. But I mean, we'll get $3 billion. We'll still be able to sell our games. We'll still be able to just focus on Call of Duty. We don't have to risk anything messing up out of our printing money. Yeah, let's just tell them, no, if you don't close it now, then we're just going to take that $3 billion and walk away. That could be a thing. So Jason might have a good point there. The Activision Blizzard King shareholders don't want to extend that deal. You're probably right. Elegante also thinks, nope, they will close anyway. Ashraf thinks Mariano's correct. What did Mariano say? I didn't see what they said. I can't imagine one would buy... Oh, Game Pass stuff. I can't imagine anybody would buy Exo Primal. Probably everyone would play the game, would play it on Game Pass. Yeah. Game Pass is good for multiplayer games because it ups the amount of players. CMA and Microsoft will make a deal by Friday, Jason says. CMA is just trying to look in control right now. It's all a front. It's all a front. Microsoft just agreed to pause the cat tribunal. Yes, they did. Elegante, they will be like, here's the thing. UK, I'm trying to help, but we're closing this deal with or without you. That's basically the situation. That's really what I am picturing. I don't know if that's the situation, but that's what I'm personally picturing. What Elegante said, where it's like Microsoft just literally like, okay, we're going to give you one more chance. We worked with the UA's situation. We'll work with your situation. Just what do you think we got to do to make this just close safely for you UK people? We want the business and your country wants the money. So it's like, what do we got to do? And the CMA is like, okay, we're okay with this if you could reforge the documents and change how this deal works. But if we do that, then we're going to have an entire other investigation. Probably, yeah, so... Ooh, that'll take you past the July 18th deadline, huh? Yeah, it would. Yeah, and, yeah, that's too bad. And then the FTC shows up in the background like, oh, thanks for giving us time, dude. Shh, not yet. Get out of here. I think Microsoft, that's what it feels like to me. That's what it literally feels like to me. A CMA is just like, the CMA and FTC literally, I think, like, I have no idea. Again, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm just having fun with you here. But it just feels like the FTC and CMA were colluding, and their whole way of winning this thing was just to, like, keep delaying it until it gets past that deadline in the hopes that Activision Blizzard King will just change their minds and leave. Like, it was literally a war of attrition. And I have a feeling that's what CMA is trying to do here. It's like, we don't want any, you know, I forget the word, whatever the concessions. We don't want any concessions. We just want you to change the documents. That's going to require a new investigation, though, so it might make more time. Holy shit, I never thought of that. And then the FTC is like, come on, please rewrite it, because that'll make it last longer. That's what I mean, man. I have fun with this. I don't want to belittle anybody that thinks that this deal is a bad thing or a good thing. I don't want to belittle anybody. I just think it's fun. I personally just think it's a fun thing. How could you say something that could change the landscape of the entire gaming industry as we know it is fun? It's like I said, man, I live in the moment. That's why they don't have me in control of this. I'm not the person in charge of Microsoft or FTC or any government bodies. I'm just a gamer that's just having fun with this. And that's it. You could disagree with me, that's fine. But I'm just having fun with it. And if somebody disagrees with me, have fun doing that, you know? Like, it's all good. I swear, I've seen so many people just go like, literally, if you thought this deal was a good idea, unfollow me, unfriend me, don't talk to me. And I'm just like, it's wild, man. All right. Channer. Okay, Channer thinks, I think Microsoft will play this one safe. If the FTC played their cards right, they could have easily have stopped this deal. They could have. They really could have, man. They did not put a good argument whatsoever. They could have did so much better things. But yeah, they could have just stopped focusing on Call of Duty. Definitely bring up Call of Duty, but there's so much other things that they could have focused on. But they just focused on the things that were so obviously not good to focus on. Microsoft and CMA will come to a deal by Friday. What makes Asher makes me glad the most is that the ABK acquisition boring series comes to an end. That's all I'm looking forward to, Ashraf. I have to be honest. I want Diablo 4 on Game Pass. I want to be able to play the Call of Duty campaigns on Game Pass. I want to be able to see Activision Blizzard Workplace improve. I want those things. But at the end of the day, I just want this whole thing to be over. Because even if Microsoft gives that $3 billion to Activision Blizzard and this whole thing fails, then yeah, a part of me will be a bit bitter, for sure. I'm not going to deny that, but I will be excited to hear that it's over. And honestly, is that another final question? Like, if somehow this lasts further than July 18th and Activision Blizzard King doesn't want to extend the deal, they need to say, hey, you need to do this right here and now, and Microsoft doesn't want to take that chance and they back out of the deal, what do you want to happen? Because to me, I would just want, I hate to say it, but I would want them to money hat. I hate saying that out loud, but it's like, look, you're not going to be able to acquire anything anytime soon after this whole shebang. Maybe a few little studios, that's totally a possibility. Again, Moon Studios, but you're not going to be able to acquire anybody big. So if they want you to play that crazy ass game, then fuck them. Do the shit that Sony does. They've been doing it for years. I don't know. There's a part of me that wants them to do that out of just spite. That's not an actual, like, morally ethic good idea for them to do, but a part of me just wants them to do it out of spite. I don't know. Because I am tired of hearing about acquisitions. That is something I am tired about hearing about. I would love the idea of it to be a smaller studio. That I'm down for. But a whole publisher, I see like comments about Sega over and over and over, and I'm like, I don't want that. Like, that would be cool on the Japanese front especially, but I don't want that. I want them to get this and to be done with it and to make great deals with Sega, to make great partnerships with Sega, to try to appeal to Square Enix. You know, do these things to partner with those Japanese peeps, and then maybe down the road, if they haven't been bought, then sure. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just glad for it to be over, Ash. I'm with you there. And yeah, now Lena Khan, I see Paragon. Now Lena Khan is on court for potential criminal activity. So for now, I'll trust the lawyer for Foss Patents that said the CMA has said this before, just to agree on a deal that gets announced a bit after. Elgante, that Minecraft PS5 version was clear end for me. I knew at that point they lost. Hyrule, hello. Hello, Hyrule. Looks like the future of COD franchise is looking a bit scary with the Xbox X FTC situation. I mean, the future of COD is secure. I don't know whether the deal goes through or not. The COD's future is secure. Like, other than the Nintendo situation, that's one thing. But Microsoft didn't come this far to walk away. Hello, Abdel. We're wrapping up. But yo. I'd want Sega. Yakuza, yeah. We're like, yeah. But the thing is, it's like they could do that. It would cost a lot of money. I'm talking about, like, I don't know about $1 billion, but like definitely a few $100 million to put big ass games on Game Pass. But I kind of would rather them do that. I would kind of want them. Here's hypothetically, okay, this is my answer to that question I proposed. If somehow this deal didn't go through because Activision Blizzard King doesn't want to extend the deal and Microsoft does want to extend it because they don't want to risk it. Hypothetically, if they had $60 billion left over, I would want $10 billion of that to go towards making exclusive partnerships. I know some might not like that, but I want them to devote $10 billion of that for exclusive partnerships with Sega, Square Enix, and other people, Bandai Namco, especially like Capcom, like those four. Make partnerships with those peeps, appeal to your Japanese demographic and the folks that won't stop playing JRPGs. Do that. $10 billion, you could easily do that. Devote another 10 to 20 billion to all your internal studios. Make it so you're no longer hiring contractors and outsourcing and doing all that, and you're actually hiring people, giving them the full-time benefits, all that jazz. Do that with the other 10 or 20 billion. Guess what? You still have 30 billion left. Use that to maybe, sure, acquire another just studio or two. No publishers, just another studio or two to add to your Xbox Game Studios part. Do that. Produce some nice little events, you know, throughout the year maybe. And you probably don't even need 10 billion to do that. And then you still have 20 billion left over. I'm just saying, like, if this deal fell through, then I would just be like, great. Just please use that 60 billion to do those things. You're golden. All right. Anyways. But they already had been doing a great job at that point, to be fair. I mean, I would agree, Elegante, but like, I know people want the big exclusives. I know they want to see, you know, they want to see Final Fantasy and Far Cry and Yakuza and Sonic and all these things exclusive to Xbox instead of getting these AA indie exclusives. That's what people want to see. That's why they won't stop going to PlayStation. You know, they don't care about the value of Game Pass. They care that a big AAA IP that they recognize is exclusive to PlayStation or has a benefit that is on PlayStation. They don't even have to make it exclusive. They could just get the marketing deal to Devil May Cry. Again, they could get the marketing deal to whenever Persona 6 comes. Those are things that they could do with that $10 billion, and it will drive people to the platform. And that's, at the end of the day, what they want. But anyways. Yeah, Microsoft would do much better acquiring studios rather than entire publishers. That's what I say personally, Chair. That's personally what I say. But anyway, no acquiring PlayStation. That's not a thing. Nope. You leave PlayStation, you leave Nintendo alone. No, hell no. You leave Amazon alone. Yeah. Okay. Like they did with Plague Tale Requiem. Exactly, like they did with Plague Tale Requiem. That was not an Xbox exclusive, but it had like the marketing and Game Pass thing to make people feel like I should play that on Xbox. So, totally. And I agree. I think Asobo would be really cool under Xbox, totally. The thing that still gives PlayStation an edge is their single-player games. Yeah, and Xbox is working on that. If you notice their last showcase between Fable, Clockwork Revolution, South of Midnight, Starfield, you know, that is happening. There's very little multiplayers in that. So Xbox is already kind of like hitting that front. Ninja, Avowed and Hellblade 2, that's happening. But definitely PlayStation is known for those single player things, which, by the way, my last comment here, you guys are crazy. So many people voted on that, like, do you prefer multiplayer or single player things if you could only play one type for the rest of your life? 75% of you said single player. God damn, I want to make a video about that too. If I had like all the free, that might be that's a Patreon podcast. That's a Patreon podcast. I'm going to make that a Patreon podcast this week because I want to talk about that somewhere. That's not a video that would do well on YouTube. And that's like case in point, you know, patrons, not only do you get benefits, but they allow me to make content that I don't have to worry about performing well. It's just more so like creatively free. And that's what I like to do with the patrons. Like, I'll just make a podcast about something I know won't be performing good on YouTube. And maybe like hosting a topic, you know, like that's something I like to be able to do with the patrons because they allow that creativity to happen. But for now, the FTC has lost this injunction, and I just want to talk about that with you guys. I didn't have the energy to edit, but I did have the energy to talk about this with you guys. And a lot of you showed up to that, and I appreciate that so much. Air Ninja, that's another patron. Thank you very much, man. But yeah, and also, again, shout out to Michael Knight, who has sent me a message. I'll check that out after this. I'm going to wrap up. You guys are amazing. We had like 30 people here at one point. Thank you very much. Follow me on Twitter if you want to know like active takes on this. I think this is my video for the week. I'm going to rest. Like I said, I just got back from my trip, seeing family. I am very tired. That's why I made that thumbnail. I am very tired, but I was energetic this whole time because it's been cool to chat with you guys. Keep letting me know your thoughts. Keep speculating. Speculation is fun. It is super fun. I'm going to skedaddle, and we will see what happens within the next 6 days here. Holy cow. Peace.